Hey bro, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm very excited to go to UK next week.
Yeah. You also have the match with a strong guy,
Craig,
probably.
Craig
Yeah,
Sanders. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know too much about this guy, but I think it's like, what do you think? It's equal opponent for you, or it's
I
easy way?
feel it. I feel it should be. It's different than Frode was because he's way more explosive, like super explosive, and he gets in this position almost all the time. So uh, I'm very interested. I trained real hard for this match, so I'm very excited. I just love arm wrestling. So
I'm sure the coach Ray will know what to do in this situation, even if he do it fast. But I'm sure.
yeah, we'll see. But you have a big match too. You have a really big match.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you because obviously I have two matches. Yeah, it's right hand with Ryan and left hand with Ryan. And for example, Ryan is more than 20 times national champion of Canada. Yeah, so it's huge, expensive athlete. Like he has three times world championship titles, as I remember, left hand. Yeah, and for what I see in the YouTube, that he very cool guy even on the right. So also on the right he have some like matches with a very strong guy, and he defeat this guy. So he's amazing. He's huge. He's strong, and I know it will be hard opponent.
It's like most people, just looking from the paper, they predict that you're the favorite with right arm and he's favorite with left arm. Do you feel it that way?
Uh, Honestly, I feel I'm ready now for everything. For example, I don't think that like I need to just, for example, about left. I don't count on fast pin or something. I count on hard pulling. So I think it should be, if everything will be like I put on my mind, it should be like not easy for him, and I think he makes everything to do it not easy for me.
Okay.
I watched his video, I watched his preparation video. I know he's really extremely strong, but it's always like, even if some opponent have some advantages, yeah. Armwrestling interesting by that when you go into the table, you can change the way of pulling during the everything.
Yeah.
Previous my matches, I never did this, but now like I have 1.5 years, and I think now I can do some changes during the match. So that's about left. About right, I think he's not easy on the right also. I think he's really strong. I watched how he pulled with Richard Lapkis, with Micah Yellow. For example, he pulled with Micah Yellow in the hook, and Micah Yellow showed his hook in the Moldova in good way. Micah Yellow won with Piotr Margarin in the hook in Moldova, yeah? So it means that he's not weak in the hook, and yeah, he's absolutely good. He goes with open wrist with Richard Lapkis. He goes by top roll, so he's very variable. He like do everything. Yeah, versatile.
Yeah. It's like, you kind of were thrown into in a very weird super match format in top eight. You kind of were, in my opinion, you were not technically ready. Physically, you were ready for those matches. But if you look back, do you feel it that way, that you were, a little bit too fresh for that kind of opponents in that kind of format?
Absolutely agree with you, Coach Ray. To be honestly, my matches begins from the 2017. Yeah, it was begin from nationals in Poland. It's absolutely another different level of, for example, world championships, what it or something. And now, when I train and do something, I watch the difference between my previous version and now, and I managed how important this difference could be. So even if you're physically, you can be on the same level, but if you do the needed things on the trainings, it gives you big difference during the fights in future. I hope I can show what I did on my homework now, like this 1.5 year of homework, yeah, with trainings. So, but I know that my way is in the future. I'm only on the beginning of my way now. So,
yeah, I look at it the same. You're like very gifted. You are very good, but there were so many technical errors, and like you said, like small technical changes can be 50% increase in arm wrestling. You know,
yeah,
because
exactly.
the power was there. Your hand, it's for inside pullers, it's so hard to get inside. You know, you can get there, but like your match versus Crossy is my all-time favorite match. I'm sad. I'm sad that there had to be a loser, but both of you showed so much heart. It was, you know, all I can do, and it was crazy match. Talk us through how it felt to be in that match when you know you just took the hand and the guy is still in it. Is still in it.
Yeah. Actually, I also enjoyed that match, and I really appreciate that people like to watch that match. That it was interesting. Like it was kind of.
It was the best PAL match ever.
Thank you so much, man. So you know, it was for me. It was like yeah, I won some part of the match, for example, for every round. Yeah. And even when I don't have like power, I was like my endurance was absolutely not enough. And I remember when you like pulling on emotions, not by power, but on emotions. Yeah. You try all your best, all you can do, but it's like it's so interesting because you never know what will be next. Like you check your limits. So in that match, and I know that it will be much more matches when I will be checking my limits, yeah? And after some period, I will be experienced when I will be knowing what I can expect from myself. It's not about my opponents, but it's about the preparation, the knowledges, the technique, and the power, and all the mix of this will give these feelings of expectations, what you can do at the table.
I felt like, you know, that was just not physically hard fight, but mentally. When you see like you were ahead and you see Crossy is not breaking, you know, sometimes you can see the guy is breaking. He's like, you know, he lets his head down and, you know, loses all the confidence. Do you, you know, how do you prepare for that? You know, do you have like a thing that you know how not to lose here, because you didn't lose, but were you just always like that or it just happened?
Oh, you know, it's during the match, because before the match you have some plan. Yeah, you step into the table and check what will be working or not. In the first round you're fresh, you absolutely controlling what you want to do, and even something don't work, or it's a little bit step match, it will be like some falls or something, you just checking and you check for 100% it works or not, or you should be using something another. And in the same like 2 or 3 matches, 3 rounds, when you also see that your opponent also check what is working with you or not, it's like a Russian roulette. I will explain what I mean. It means, for example, you by yourself don't know to 100% how many endurance you have, for example, because you never pull with such a strong guy. For example, you pull with guys on the trainings, but it was not the same. And also maybe, I'm not sure, maybe Krasi was also not expected some movements from my side. It was maybe also a surprise for him, and he started to think what to do in this case. Yeah. For example, I think absolutely sure it was like his strong side on that match was experience and endurance. So he was more endurable. And for me, it was like my starting position, maybe pronation, and I think he not expected the pronation move from my side. In this size, yeah. But after second round, I also feel that if I will do the strap in this way, like judge want to strap, I feel that it will be not good for me. I feel that I need to do something with that. Krasi tried to make the straps tight, and I honestly
you
say
want it to be
too
free.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, too tight, because too tight, it will be comfortable for him. And not too tight will be absolutely comfortable for me. Because if you make a strap too tight, it like helps to not pronate your wrist.
Yeah.
And of course, it gives some advantages for him, and like it's not good for me. I remember it was emotions from his side, emotions from my side. It was really emotional match. I respect Krasi. He's like a legend for me because he won with Vitaly, he won with Levan, he won almost maybe all strongest guys in the heavyweight division. And he's not heavyweight division. He like 107 kilos. It's not like, honestly, when you watch the Vitaly 140, watch the Levan 170 or 80, it's not like the heavyweights. Yeah, so I'm absolutely, watched on him like on really cool guy. He's nice guy, cool guy, and cool arm wrestler. So it was emotional day. I think it was interesting for him, and I think that not winning a match for me gives maybe for me more that I'm just win that match, won that match in an easy way, but that lose give more experience, give more feelings, and give more checking my limits that I said before. For me, for myself, is very important to check my limits, what I need to do to increase these limits. So it gives more than just a win. So it was really a fantastic day.
You have great, you took it really well. Like some people, they will hate a loss and everything, but if you, of course you're going to hate it, but if you don't learn anything from it, that's the worst part. And I think you get a lot of lessons. Like Krasi was 100% sure that you couldn't take his arm. He was 10% sure. We were eating dinner the day before, and I'm like, what's the game plan? He's like, well, I'll get 4-0, and then we're gonna mess around or something. And I remember it was round 3, and Krasi's looking like this, you're looking like this. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I understand him. I absolutely understand him, because he's like, when I watched his matches, his main weapon is a fast going to the hook. And for example, if Krasi pull with some guy who have like a long forearm, but he goes to the hook, he pull with the guys, and he won with the guys in the hook. And I know that he expect to go to the hook with me, go inside. And I know it was absolutely unexpected for him to not go into the hook and start to do something else. But I think it's also very good experience for him to check his limits and to find the new way for him to pull. Because I don't know, he pull in such a way like me with somebody else, or I'm not sure. Maybe yes, but I'm not sure that he pulls like also with open wrist with somebody else.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, you're originally from Ukraine, yeah?
I was born in Ukraine. I live in Poland a lot of time. Like I live in these two countries.
Okay. But you were pretty new to arm wrestling, but you rose really fast. You became like national overall champ very fast. Yeah, am I correct? Or
probably yes, but I'm maybe not so fast, honestly, because, for example, in 2017 I won both hands. Yeah, it was like, but before this I also started in competition in 2016. It was not such success even on our like regional competition, even not on the level of, for example, national championship of Poland. Even on lower level competition, I was not on the first place. But I remember that I feel interest. How I feel interest, because I watch the guy who pulls like me in Krasi. Such a show. I watched it and I appreciated it. And I want to also like pull like these guys. And we have a good champion in that time. It was Jan Jołczyński. Maybe you remember his name. Yeah. And I want to defeat him, and I'm start to train. He was like example of a good, cool guy and strong guy. And you know, this type of charisma guys, they like a magnet for the people from the outside sport. Like for example, Devon, I think, or the Zanker, I think, they like a magnet for people from outside. They like take people too closer to arm wrestling. For example, in the Poland, in our field, Jan was like this guy, and I remember that I was interested to pull with him and to defeat him, and in the end I defeat him. Yeah, but I remember this feeling. Even it's not so cool to win with somebody, but it's so cool to go to the top when you want to be better day by day. You enjoy the process. You love the sport, you enjoy the process, you are interested in, you learn about something about it. You know that it's like only beginning. Now I'm only on the beginning of the big, huge way of arm wrestler. But now I feel how it's enjoyable, how it's interesting to go in arm wrestling. So I remember 2016 and 15, like couple years before. It's not like I'm stepping to arm wrestling and won that same day. Yeah. It will a couple of years takes for me.
But still, if you say like 2015, 16, you were lower than national, regional level, and then you got this motivation and you just rise to the top fast. And I think it's so impressive. Are you the strongest guy in Poland right now, in your opinion?
Yeah. I should be, I think I will be humble if I say like such a way. We have a very strong guy in Poland. For example, now the national champion, because I didn't took part in the national championship, is Kamil Jablonski and Piotr Matusiak.
Yeah.
Also, previous was Michał Węglicki. For example, who is Michał Węglicki? Michał Węglicki is a guy who won with Ermes Gasparini on some previous matches. Piotr Matusiak, it's a guy who won with Michael Todd on Zloty Tour. And Kamil Jablonski, it's a guy who's like take a long way, and now he in a big progress. He like won the Polish championships, and I think he has some future in this sport.
Okay, yeah. Because I wanted to know, like, all this time, like the COVID time, how has been the training? Do you have good sparring partners, or you mostly work in gym, or what's the process?
Oh, bro, it's like. Absolutely good question, because yeah, we all live in different cities. We don't like have possibility of sparring, for example, every day or once a week. It's more work with iron in the gym. Yeah, you do something, you check yourself, but absolutely it's not the equal when you train with somebody into the table. Because I think the best way to train in arm wrestling is train on the table. You can use table and something, but when you have possibility to use table, for example, and machines and sparring partner each day, it's the best way of training. I believe in that. And of course, it's cool when you have a school of arm wrestling. For example, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine, they have some school of arm wrestling. It means that they have a large number of clubs, yeah. And even in each club, you have sparring partners.
Good level. You have good level there.
Better. Because your opponent go better, you go better. Like you helps and support each other. So it helps you to go better. I think in Poland we have some possibilities, but now we're like at the beginning of process. So we don't have such like big school of arm wrestling.
Okay. But do you have like so? How often do you practice on table?
Last time I think it was like maybe once a week. Once a week.
Okay, that's not bad. That's good. That's good. Do you have like a lot of guys? Because I would think it takes a lot of guys to bring you down. So,
or honestly, we play in the game like king of the table.
Yeah.
So first of all, you do something to like be a little bit exhausted, and you go into the table so you don't have 100% of the power. it's really cool because you start to think what you need to do during the pull and with opponents, and opponents change it step by step, and you're still on the table, yeah. And it's really interesting to pull in such a way with the guys, especially when you are exhausted. Especially when you are exhausted, you check how strong are you during the pulling with the guys, which are changing all the time.
Okay. That's really good, because I was a little worried. How much do you work on table? Because yeah, that's how you grow. And you're absolutely right. The table is the main thing. Because a lot of people will come in weak, and you coming into the sport, you're strong. You're already really strong, you know. Because a lot of people will have the opposite. They kind of good on table, but they're physically more weaker. So, you know, the weights are an obvious answer. So,
but you know, sorry that I'm cutting you
no.
I mean that it's cool, for example, because I think that you are more arm wrestler when you have like all the possibilities to be strong in arm wrestling, even more than you physically strong. Because like I'm the guy from the sport which step into arm wrestling and starting to learn how to do something with my power. Because I don't have like this specific power of arm wrestler. I'm like learn about this. But if you, for example, like guys in Kazakhstan, they learn from the child, like 15 years or even from 10 years, they learn all the process and they like work on the power in this place where they need to be strong. So they, to be good arm wrestlers, they train what is needed for arm wrestling, not for general power, but what is needed for arm wrestling. It means that you are optimal physically, you are optimal for arm wrestling. It's cool because some of muscles you even don't need in arm wrestling. Yeah, so that's the case.
Yeah, makes total sense. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, with all those big schools like Kazakhs, and you know, when they work mostly specifically, the problem is what will happen later. You know, when you have because arm wrestling changes your body. You know, and you will see this from a lot of different athletes. So general preparedness training at some point is good. But you came in from American football, yeah?
Yeah. Of course, I before football, I go into the gym like for myself.
Yeah.
Before that was athletics, but there was the period when I starting to do arm wrestling. After that, I'm going to the football and don't do any arm wrestling. Okay. And the next some day, I'm come back to arm wrestling.
So you mixed it a lot.
Yeah. I was mixed it, and after that, it was, I remember, because it was exactly in 2017 when I won the national championship. It was kind of surprise for me. I was don't expect for myself, and I go to Zloty just for interest. It was not my first time, but I remember the starting list, and I watched it was like 9 or 10 numbers of world champions. I was thinking, oh, it will be just a huge battle, and I will be inside this battle. So don't expect from anything from this. It's best option for me. And I remember it was absolutely surprised when I go into the medal, to the medal place. And from that day, I like starting to train arm wrestling more than football.
Are you still doing American football or?
No, not because like we have separation, like in arm wrestling, we have separation of federation. So the same we have in Poland, separation of our federation, and the main federation go to the Wrocław. I'm staying in Warsaw, in the capital. So now I have more time for arm wrestling.
Okay. So what are your big inspirations in arm wrestling? Is it, of course, it's local arm wrestlers, as you mentioned most of them, but when you look, you know, what catched your eyes from outside? Who was that?
If you ask me about first time inspiration from outside, I think it was probably Devon. It was probably some kind of videos, of old videos of Devon. It was absolutely interesting for me to watch about training process, about charisma of characters of the guys, because he showed the characters of the guys. He don't show only himself. it was like some special climate, you know, friendly, cool climate of the guys who support everyone's, and everyone wants to be stronger and support everyone else. So like make a team. It was like some trainings with like maybe 5 or 6 guys, more, even maybe more. And I was inspired by that. That is friendly, that is cool, and like guys working for 100% of the power. They also like go into the limits. Even like I said before, for me it's interesting because, like I said, I'm checking my limits, and Devon even has
no limits.
Such a nickname, No Limits. So I like it too much. Of course, I remember also when I watched maybe one of my first video with John Zanker. It was some maybe older version of Zloty Tour, and maybe beginnings of Zloty Tours. It was unstoppable. He was unstoppable with everybody. Everybody can just check themselves with him, but he was like a king, absolutely king of the table. I was inspired by that. And even I remember the videos on the CDs. It was not the fresh, it was CDs with guys from the US. It was Richard Lapkus at the prime. Oh, it was amazing. He maybe the biggest impression he makes on me, Richard Lapkus on his prime. I remember the videos with Gary Goodrich, with Cliff Dean. Oh, it was amazing videos. Even now, sometimes I watch the videos with the guys from the US, from tournament on Petaluma and other stories. It's cool that we now write the stories of this sport, but these sports already have some story. So it's interesting to learn this story.
The history of arm wrestling and all the rivalries between them, it's kind of amazing. Just, you know, when I was doing John's videos or talking about all-time greats, top 10, and you know, just doing a research there, it was just, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And as an arm wrestler, you understand it, how hard it is, you know, to and how rewarding it is when you cannot beat someone. It takes you years and you finally do it, and it's the best feeling ever, you know.
Yeah, the same, like I said, that not only when you step fast somewhere, you don't reach this, but even it takes your power, your everything, your mentality, your heart, and you go by step by step to the place where your dreams comes to. It's it's absolutely happiness in this case. And also, you know, you are happy when you are going there. The way makes you happy.
The journey. It's journey. Like I talk, there's some much arm wrestling community is really great. You know, we're all friends and everyone's pretty much the same. So, you know, with different characters, there's no real, like, I don't know anyone that I kind of hate or don't really like, you know, in arm wrestling. Maybe I can find someone, but most of the time, even if, you know, there's something harsh between or someone says something, it's still in good fun. And we're like, you know. Yeah, so I think that's great about this community. This is my top question to everyone. Why do you love arm wrestling?
I love arm wrestling because of that I said to you before, because of this atmosphere. And this atmosphere, not only inside you, you can share your emotions and happiness of this journey with the guys who near to you. It's absolutely cool when somebody think like you, when somebody feel like you, and somebody goes like you. It's so cool when you go, for your maximum, for your limits, and check yourself. And also you have some people who understand you, and you are happy to learn them and watch them and make a history with them. So that's maybe the main thing, which just makes me happy, because I really now I can say that I love arm wrestling. I love this journey. I love the process. I enjoyed it, and I love the people who support me and who are near to me. I love my opponents who helps me to be better, and I hope that I helps them to be better. So all of us goes to be better and happier. So we makes everyone to feel better and to feel happier. I think that's the main thing, that we have this climate inside the Ermes. So that's cool.
I think it's like I ask these questions because someone might watch it who hasn't really been into arm wrestling. They're just the fans. But I always say it's really fun. Going to practices is fun. Even tournaments are fun. You know, climbing the ladder, losing is fun. Dominating is fun. Going into wars is fun. All of that is, you know, you just have to embrace it, allow it to happen, because it happens to everyone. Because some people will have this idea that you cannot lose. That's the worst thing that can happen, you know. And if you just kind of accepted arm wrestling how it is, because if you go to a practice, you will lose, you know. If you go to hard competition enough, at some point you will lose. Everyone does. Or you or you so tired of losing that you just start winning. And we have seen it too, you know. But there's so many things about arm wrestling that are great, and I'm very happy that you're 100% in this. And because I think like we have a lot of giants, but you have like your pronation and back pressure is really, really good for the level you're in, or your competition level. Not how I want to say it. I want to say correctly so I don't sound like I'm offending you, but your level of how much high level competition you have done. That's what I'm saying. Because more you do it, better you get at it. And for you, it's like you've been doing tournaments, but now you're almost 100% just doing super matches.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. But you know, I'm missing championships. I really miss it because it was cool. I remember that I'm enjoying when I can take from arm wrestling as much as I want. I want really more. I want to add something for you say, because, for example, somebody thinks that losing is bad. No, when you lose, it's like you check yourself. Losing process, when you never lose, it means you never put the big goals before you. Lose, it's when you are like saying no for your dream. But if you keep going, if you come back to the gym and you want to be better and you enjoy the journey, it's like make you champion already. Even when you are not champion on the like means you don't have gold medal or cup or something, you are champion in your heart if you want and you agree with yourself to go to train and to make better and better. Even in the gym, for example, I like this feeling when you check your limits, when you do some 10% for your 100%, and you like feel all your power in the limits of your power. It's cool emotions. It's absolutely cool emotions. And during the match, honestly, the matches, when you won easily, it's cool, yeah, because you doing good work at the gym, you go into the competition and just shake yourself and you, for example, won easily. But it's not so emotional.
Rewarding. It doesn't feel. Yeah.
Emotional matches and special matches when you're like going and pulling 100%. Even if you don't won, but you feel these emotions, you know, with you will go come back and work on yourself and you keep going to your goal or your dream. And like I said, this journey makes you happy. So it's absolutely cool. So I'm just recommend for guys who watch this, never think about what you do and what you can do today. Just keep going with your dream in your heart. If you believe in yourself and you feel fantastically happy during the process, if you enjoy the process, that's the main thing. Just go and train step by step and go for your dream. So that's the main case. The journey makes you happy, not only the goal.
Yeah, I cannot say how much I agree with you. Yeah, man, this was a really great talk. I'm really excited to see you very, very soon.
Me too.
I'm going to be supporting you 100%. I like Ryan, but I'm going to keep it in Europe. So
Europe goes, go.
Yeah, but very excited to see all the matches there and just return to ARMWARS and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited to see you on table, see what you have done in this time and where the job still needs to be done and all that. And thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much too. Also, we'll be watching and support you. And I know that everybody will be support like everyone, because together we're going to be better.
Everyone's going to be like a little bit winner is going to be happy, loser is going to be a little bit disappointed for 30 minutes, and then we're going to forget it and we're going to go on after table.
Yeah, and let's go to drink something and enjoy the emotions.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
Love arm wrestling.
And thank you to everybody, and watch the show at ARMWARS. I hope you will enjoy it.